Hey y'all. Hey. Hi, it's me. I'm out and about on location, mask on because I do not trust you people. Um, but I am having lunch today, and I decided that I would. Thank you. I decided I would go live for y'all. Oh, that's good. Oh, she just wasted that girl drink on my. Ooh, wow. Well, it's not a secret location, but hey Cams, hey Tabitha, hey Tabitha, hey Cams, hey little baby, hey Peaches. What's up, y'all? So there are some things happening in politics now. Let me give you a couple programming notes. Hey Jay Parrish. Remember tonight I'm doing a big live. Hey Volvo. This is a beer. It's called Dogfish Head or a Hazy O. It's 7.1%, which is good for a beer. And it's really good. It has a real citrusy taste. I guess it's real. It has a like if you're not heavy on beer, you'll like this because it's not like real big on the hops and stuff. Like it has a lot more citrus in it. So it's really good. I'm a beer guy. I do like beer though. Anyway, so I'm at this tavern that has really good beers. Like they got a whole like page and a half of like a page and a half of beers or whatever to choose from. So that's what I'm sipping on. Anyway, couple things in politics. I ain't gonna be before you long, and whenever I say that, I always be on here long. Okay. Oh, my programming note. Tonight at 9 p.m. Y'all all do me a favor. Everybody come through tonight at 9 p.m. Big epic live with some of my old friends off of YouTube. Some of us old farts who go back to '07, '08, '09, and stuff like that. And some of them are doing really, really, really big things in their world and in their lives. And so we're gonna come on and just chit chat and party and hang out and have a good time. Of course, Ty will be there or but you'll see people like it's Divon who's huge on Twitter and Instagram. He'll be on there. He's done a couple television shows actually. You'll see XD who's done a couple television shows, producing shows, won awards for his production. He has been on a TED Talk as well. You'll see Sean, who is one of the biggest Zumba people up in New York. I mean, he'd be all on Good Morning America and TV and all kinds of stuff. He'll be on there. He's also a huge graphics guy, really good with that. And some other surprise people you'll see on there. So I'm who are you familiar with, little baby? Which one did you say you're familiar with? Oh, you're familiar with XD? Yeah. All of us were really, really well, we're not were, but still are. We still keep in touch. All of us are really good friends. We all go back to, what is that about 14 years ago, 13, 14 years ago when we all got close and became friends. And who would have thought years later we'd all be doing big things and we'd all, be successful. So look out for that tonight. Everybody's excited about it. We're all going to be on. We're all going to do some tremendous stuff. I'm going to try and see if I can get my friend Morris on. And Morris is also one of us from back then. And works, he used to work for Glad, but he was one of the presenters. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Can
and
I have
just to
some?
let you know, they did add the little fried jalapeno. You just take it off. They didn't put it in.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I get a stack of napkins,
Yes.
please,
Oh,
and some salt and pepper? Oh, okay. I didn't see. Just a little bit more for me. I'm a napkin guy, and some salt and pepper, and I'd be great.
Salt and pepper.
So I got y'all some tacos. It's Taco Tuesday, so I got a fish taco, I got a steak taco, and some a rotisserie shrimp taco. And so that's what I'm eating on, y'all. Don't judge me. Oh, it's lunchtime. Anyway, so that's tonight, y'all. So look out for that. Listen, I'm excited. The guys are excited about it. And
I'll bring you some more napkins.
okay, I don't need the I don't eat ketchup. I don't. So I don't need that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, catch the replay, Tabitha. You can't make it, but you'll see some of us good old guys get on camera and chop it up like we used to back in the day, and just have a good time. And y'all will get to catch up with us because some of them aren't on YouTube anymore. Some are, but most of them aren't. But they're doing really big things now. So anyway, so y'all know, oh, it's windy. Where the wind is blowing away my damn. The wind is blowing away my napkin. Anyway, hey Danny, hey Tracy, what's good, y'all? So listen, we know we are mourning the death of a legend in the form of General Colin Powell, former Secretary of State, first black person to be chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, first black person to be Secretary of State, breaking down doors, barriers. If you want to get a good snapshot of who he is, really being, I talked about him yesterday on her channel. Go back and catch the live on her channel, and you can find out all about that. So, a giant in this thing we call the yet to be United States of America, and a super giant in black culture and black history. Okay, so I'm going to put up this post that I saw today that somebody posted. Let me show y'all one of the most disrespectful things I've seen in my life. I'm gonna try not to have a sugar spike after I post this up. This is what the fuck y'all former president put up in commemoration of this man's death. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to read that while I chomp on one of these tacos. That's hot. Jeez, that made me sneeze. Now, y'all see that foolery? Y'all see that? Did y'all see that? You can mess with my coin. Listen, we don't worry about the coin over here, Tabitha. You are free. This is the corner. You know how they say go to the corner? This is the corner that you go in when you can act up. That is fuck shit and fuckery at its finest. I mean, it's so true that some of the worst people on earth continue to live and breathe the same air that the rest of us breathe. Hey, watermelon sugar. Hey, nappy child. And continue to be able to troll us and frolic around and fart out fuckery and fucktitude out their mouths all over the place. And someone who is so wonderful and so top tier of a human being as a Colin Powell has to be subject to that buffoonery. If statements like that, see, for me, it's different. When someone dies, that's not the time, even if you had differences with that person, that's not the time for you to decide, oh, this is my moment to go in and let have. That's not the time for that, which is why I feel like even though I never cared for 50 Cent, 50 Cent statement on Michael K. Williams sent me over the edge, and I can't support him or any of his projects anymore. In the same vein, Republicans who want any parts of that young man, Donald Trump, want to celebrate him, want to put him on a pedestal. I don't see how you can support that. Even the most right of right wing falling off the ledge Republican. I'm gonna put this up here again for y'all to read it, and I'm gonna read it out loud because you could not believe that someone as celebrated as a Colin Powell would something like this would be wrote. This young man wrote, "Wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, be treated in death so beautifully by the fake news media. Hope that happens to me someday. He was a classic Reno, if even that, always being the first to attack other Republicans. He made plenty of mistakes, but anyway, may he rest in peace." Where I come from, I'm just gonna put it out there. And that's why Tabitha say I don't want to get your coin snatched. See, Tabitha from the same place I'm from, and where we from, motherfuckers get fucked up. See, you have people out for you. You will have people, you know, out looking for you to take you out for making statements like that. Somebody in someone's family would be looking for you to take you out. Where we from? To take you out. Oh, you got so much to say? How about you go meet him and y'all can have that conversation in the afterlife? Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all are going to be in two different places. There's nothing redeemable about that. There's nothing redeemable about that. And we should continuously be embarrassed as a nation to have in the annals of history that we had the capability of even electing that level of troglodyte. Like, there is no argument that we as a country can make against any other country in the free world. You want to know why? We can't claim to be better than anybody because their Trump card is literally Trump himself. They can always pull out the, well, y'all elected Trump and he was in office 4 years. And that ends the conversation. That's the drop mic. That is the mic drop. Like, do you, how do you, first of all, you have to be a deplorable human being to even have an issue with someone like a Colin Powell, who is universally loved from all spectrums, all ideologies, all sides of the spectrum. Universally loved. And the depth of your evil has to go really, really low to reach down and disrespect someone of the stature of a Colin Powell. Like, there's nothing to say. There's no, I don't even have to describe to you how horrible what he said is. The words speak for themselves. The fact that you would first even conceive those thoughts in your brain tells me how horrible you are first. But secondly, that you would put it in black and white and release it as a statement, like whose job was it to put this out there in the universe? Because you had to look and say, well, let me see what we're putting out here today. And when you read that, something in you should have said, yeah, I can't do that. We won't be doing that. Like, you as a person has to have no integrity, no soul, no morals about you to even say, oh, I'm gonna just put this out there in the atmosphere because that's just my job. I can't. I have no words. No words. No words. The only reason I'm not having a full-on sugar spike because I'm out in public and I'm eating, and I don't want to look like a lunatic. I'm having a whole ass sugar spike, and people looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with that clown?" Hey, peace, love. I'm gonna put this up one more time so y'all can read, because it's unbelievable that someone could literally release something like that. And please believe, he will always be sure to write that he was the 45th president of the United States of America. A consummate reminder that we have to be some of the dumbest people on the face of the planet. A consummate reminder that we have to be some of the dumbest people on the face of the planet in order to allow something like this to happen. There, literally, there is nothing I can say good about this person that you would release something like that about General Colin Powell. There's nothing good I can say about you. When you die, I'm going to say, to hell with you. When you die, I'm going to say, to hell with you. Hey, Jason. So, I don't know, y'all. That is just like, when you go, we will not, we're not going to celebrate you. We're not going to talk well about you. We're going to say grave. Where's the grave so I can piss on it? That's how it's going to go. But where me and Tabitha are from, where me and Tabitha are from, if you say something like that about somebody who just passed in our family, somebody going to look for you. Somebody is, well, you need to be watching around because somebody's coming for you. Somebody's coming for you. Now, I only got two stories today, y'all, because I'm going to enjoy my food in a little bit. One more story for y'all. So, not to be outdone by the Republicans ever not roll up its Eminem, never to be outdone by their Republican counterparts. The Democrats continue to show you that they are about fuck shit and fuckery and fucktitude, just like the Republicans. Now, what has been one of the things that I've been saying over and over and over and over and over and over and over? The Dems don't want to get rid of the establishment. They can't, and they don't understand that they're going to lose their base if they don't flush out the establishment and become more progressive. But they don't want to. Now, Tabitha, I'm gonna give you a moment, Tabitha, to go ahead, Tabitha, get you some candy sugar because you're gonna have a whole sugar spike after this moment. I'm telling you now, Tabitha, you about to have a whole sugar spike. Tabitha, do not say I did not warn you. You about to have a whole sugar spike, okay? Excuse me. In the great state of New York, one of the bluest of blue states, we have a situation going on. Let me put her picture up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. For her, okay. There's a beautiful black queen, black woman by the name of India Walton. Here is her. India Walton won the Democratic primary in the great city of Buffalo to become mayor of the city of Buffalo. But the head of the New York DNC is doing everything in his power not to put her there. It gets worse though. So the incumbent was a Democrat, good old boy white guy, establishment Democrat, who they wanted to stay there. This black woman did what needed to be done. She went, she got the votes, she went and did all of the heavy lifting. She did grassroots efforts. She beat the streets to win the primary, and she won the primary. And in Buffalo, they tend to lean Democratic. So you know that but no, the head of the DNC in in New York, the New York state head of the DNC said we're gonna have no parts of it. It gets worse, Tabitha. Wait, Tabitha, let's wait. So that young man who I'm talking about went on an interview the other day. And in that interview, he compared that black woman to David Duke. I'm gonna let y'all grapple with that.
You doing okay, hon?
Mhm. Tabitha, I know you gonna listen. Tabitha, you know I always give you stuff that you can go and talk about on your channel or on your TikTok or on your Instagram. I'm telling you, this young man did an interview. And on the interview, he started saying, well, and let me give you a hypothetical. What if David Duke, former grand wizard of the KKK, went and um, ran for mayor of Rochester, New York, and won the primary. What would you think about that? Well, that's what we got going on in Buffalo. And then he tried to backpedal and pussy pop off of it and say, well, I don't want to compare her to David. I'm not saying she's David Duke because they're not in the same category. What did you just did if you just using that as a goddamn example? Y'all see what we got going on here? This beautiful black queen. She don't want us to do nothing, not even the Dems. Please be, and we've been saying this, not even the Dems see it for us. This beautiful black queen is going and did what needed to be done, and the Democratic Party is still fucking on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go look it up. I'm not making this up. Her name is India Walton. Let me show her picture again. India Walton. And she won the primary for mayor of Buffalo. And the Dems don't want no parts of this black woman. Because she describes herself as a socialist. And they don't want no parts of her. Mm-hmm. I can't make this stuff up. I cannot make this stuff up. I'm just here to report what goes on. I'll let y'all sit. I'll let y'all take it from there. But I'm telling y'all, these people mean us no good. They don't want no parts of us. Some good beer, y'all. Good beer. Well, there's also, if we really wanted to talk about Chicago, but yes, Tabitha, I expect to see something on your TikTok, or well, I don't really be on TikTok like that, but on your Instagram, I should say, about Miss India Walton, because I know you're gonna lose your whole mind, or maybe you might go live about her. I don't know, but I made sure I had that story just for you, Tabitha, because I knew you needed to know about our black queen, India Walton, who the Dems have said they want no parts of, and who they're doing everything in their power to. Now, she's already won the primary, but now they're doing everything in their power to make her look like she's not the best woman for the job. Just a goddamn mess. No. Okay. If y'all ain't, well, I ain't got to worry. All my people subscribe to you, Tabitha, so I know all my people already subscribe to you, so I ain't got to worry about that. But y'all know Tabitha is going. If I was out and about, I would do a whole. Y'all know I like to break stuff down. So I would have broke down this whole situation because there's a whole thing of what's really going on here. I would break it down, but I'm out and about, and I don't got all my notes in front of me. So, well, they don't have the power to stop her from being the Democratic representative. However, the Dems have done it before where they will fight against their own party because they don't like who's there and allow a Republican to get there as opposed to and do all kinds of stuff and work with the Republican Party to help their candidate as opposed to and do things in order to sully the name of their Democratic candidate and stuff like that. Same thing they did to Nina Turner. But I still owe y'all the Nina Turner. I ain't forgot about y'all. I still owe y'all Nina Turner. You're right, now, but y'all the same thing they did to Nina Turner. But I owe y'all a whole expose. But I'm showing y'all that they were the fuck shit. They were all the fuck shit. And we have to keep them in line, and we have to keep them on notice that we see them. We have to let them know, bitch, we see you. Bitch, we see you. So, now, Jason, you mentioned Chicago. There's a whole situation going on in Chicago. Mm. I love these tacos because they're not the hard shell tacos, they're the soft shell tacos. I like soft shell, I like hard. So I'm not even supposed to be eating all this, y'all, because I had a dental procedure last week. But I don't care. I've been starving myself for the last like 4 or 5 days. I'm so hungry. I don't care. Jason, I haven't eaten at Taco Bell since 1991. So this year makes 30 years since I've eaten at Taco Bell. I have not eaten at Taco Bell since 1991. I vividly remember. Have not even when my family will go and they will get stuff from Taco Bell. Nah, I'm not hungry. I won't eat. And I'm starved instead of eating at Taco Bell. So don't worry, this is not Taco Bell. Not Taco Hell. Anyway. So in the great city of Chicago, they have a situation going on right now where a third of the police force have stated that they are not going to get vaccinated. Now, Mayor Lightfoot has gone on to say that in order to work for the Chicago Police Department, you have to be vaccinated. And a third, that's a lot of people. A third is a big chunk of their um, personnel. A third of the police in Chicago have said they are not going to get vaccinated. Don't ask them; they're not willing to. It ain't gonna happen, and it's presenting a problem because they can't go to work and they're on tap to be terminated. And Mayor Lightfoot is not letting up on her mandate, and these people are not letting up on this. Their right to decide what goes inside their body. But this shit is tiring, exhausting, and old at this point. If you decide that you don't want to get vaccinated and you want to lose your job, it's just like a child in school. Unless you have the money and the capital to have your child put in private school, your child has to get vaccinated with the usual vaccinations that we have. Mm-mm. Mayor Lightfoot is not even playing the weekly test and stuff because I think Chicago has like either the second or third largest police force in the country. And so, with that being said, it could be a real problem for her city if all of these people go unvaccinated, because if there's an outbreak in Chicago amongst their police force, it could cripple the city because so much of the city is connected to their police force. And they have, like I said, the second or third largest police force in the country. And when you have that large of a personnel or staff or workforce, it reaches far reaching in terms of the people that it could touch in other in other fields or other applications or other, sectors of work and stuff like that. So she's been very adamant from the beginning. And they set a date. They said, hey, you have until such and such date to get vaccinated. If you don't get vaccinated, please be clear, you will be out of a goddamn job. They knew that. They decided, oh well, I don't need to get vaccinated, so forth. And it makes sense because you're a public figure. And when people don't understand, there are certain jobs and sectors where, because you are a public figure, a crime against that person has a stiffer penalty than a crime against a regular person. For example, police officers, firefighters, even teachers and politicians, because they are in the public sector and public arena, they are public officials, which means that a crime against those people has extra added penalties and repercussions legally. But with that comes responsibility in that you are working with the public all of the time. You are working in and around the public all of the time. And because you have to work with the general public, you have to come in contact with all kinds of people all over that respective city. You don't know who they are, they don't know who you are. And if you are called to you get a call, you need to show up as so and so. You need to make sure that you are protect. Your job is protect and serve. How can you protect and serve if you could be actively carrying COVID-19 and giving it to me, and you ain't even been vaccinated, ain't even tried to get vaccinated? Like, I understand it. So, mm-mm. See, see, 19. I mean, Diamond Pearl just told us, hey, Diamond Pearl, more officers have done died from COVID-19 than that died in the line of duty. Listen, I don't have no understanding. If they tell you to go get vaccinated and you don't go get your ass vaccinated and you lose your job, that's your business. You knew what you had to do. That's just like the hockey player, the black hockey player. I can't think of his name. Evans. I can't think of the guy's name. It it'll come back to me. I would like another beer.
Okay, give me one second.
Okay, I can't think of his name, but the NHL wants. Can I try the Monday Night Blind Pirate?
Sure.
Okay. He was. I know it's Evander. It's Evander something. I think it's Evander Kane is his name. But he's a hockey player. And the NHL said, hey, bitch, you got to be vaccinated in order to play in the league. This dumb fuck went and got a fake vaccination card and turned it into the NHL and thought, oh, they ain't going to figure it out. You got to be about the dumbest. He went, he went and got one of the fake vaccination cards, turned it into his team and the NHL, thinking that they wouldn't figure out that it was a fake vaccination card. And now you could be out of millions of dollars because you were stupid enough. He's black. He's one of the few black players. It's not that many black players in the NHL. So cute too. Now I ain't gonna lie, he's cute. He's a cute. Go look him up. Evander Cassidy. His name is Evander Kane, if I'm not mistaken. Real cute guy. Real cute, light skin hottie. But he thought that the NHL wasn't gonna know no better. It probably was one of the handwritten ones too. I know Tabitha went and got her vaccine from Publix, like I did. And hey, court documents. And they give you the printed out, typed out one where they have a little sticker. It's typed out. It's printed out. They put the little sticker on your little card or whatever. It ain't no handwritten bullshit. This shit was probably handwritten, look like some chicken scratch. I don't know if he's facing charges, Tabitha, but I know the NHL is about to come down with so they already told him he can't play no more games, so he's about to lose money. He's about to be Kyrie Irving, like stupid behind Kyrie, who said, "Well, I don't want to get vaccinated." Now, another person in the another person in sports who had that same stance, "Oh, I'm not going to get vaccinated," but who had to backpedal and pussy pop off of that is Cam Newton. Now, Cam Newton was not vaccinated, and y'all know he was dropped from the Patriots. He wasn't dropped from the Patriots for not being vaccinated. They dropped him because they thought he wasn't good enough for their team. But with so many quarterbacks going down, Cam Newton looked at his bank account. Oh, you know who I'm talking about, Jason. Cam Newton. He looked at his bank account and he looked at how many teams were losing quarterbacks and said, "Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and get vaccinated so I can get," because a lot of teams would love to have Cam Newton. He's a good quarterback. Say what you want, he's still a good quarterback. Okay, even though they have a great quarterback in my frat brother Colin Kaepernick, who's eligible to play, who's still keeping himself in shape and doing workouts and everything to stay in shape, but nobody still wants to hire him. That's a whole nother story. Y'all saw all those. I don't think we talked a lot about these. We talked about John Gruden a little bit, but we didn't talk about a lot about these 650,000 emails that came out from the NFL that have turned out to be some of the most heinous and insidious emails that you could imagine. The NFL has a problem. Cam Newton not that old. Cam Newton, he might be 30. I don't know. Somebody look it up and fact check it. He might be 30, but he ain't that old. Like, I might give him 30, which is young for a quarterback. I'm not sure how old Cam Newton is now. He may not be 30 yet. One of y'all go fact check me. I don't know how old he is. My point is this. Thank you. Ooh, this is dark. See, this is a dark log. I think I might like this. I like my beers darker. I do too, Nappy Child. It's he's 32. I didn't know he was that. Oh, I figured it was because I remember he won the national championship in Auburn in what was that? Maybe 06 or 07. I didn't know he was that old. 32. Wow. Child. I want to run my fingers through that hair too. Child. That hair on both heads. Anyway, moving on as we go left. Anyway, but as I was stating, these people decided not to get vaccinated, and your job is requiring it. I just even hate that they tried to, and see, the negligence of some of the media is baffling because they are saying that Colin Powell simply died because of COVID. He did have some COVID-19 complications, but he was also currently battling with cancer, which his family knew. And in the midst of a battle with cancer in his 80s, okay, you could die in your 80s from natural causes. Let's be clear. If you're in your 80s, if you die tomorrow, it's natural. It could be natural causes, okay? The man was in his 80s. He was battling cancer. And battling cancer in your 80s is hard for anybody. I don't care who you are, perfectly healthy. If you get cancer in your 80s, there's a very real possibility you may not make it out. And so, thank you. He did have COVID-19, but they're simply said that the man died from COVID-19 complications. It wasn't just COVID-19 complications. The man had cancer. The man was in his 80s. It was a myriad and cornucopia of things that took him out. Basically, let's just call it what it is. Like we had the funeral. God called him home, and God said, "My son, I'm ready for you to come home." And he went on home. It's called it what it is. So I'm just saying. So they're trying to put it like he died of COVID. So my point is this. Exactly, Tabitha. They gave them way too much ammunition. There's also an NBA player who who got sick because of there's a recent NFL. I think he's a rookie or like second or third year player. He got sick from COVID-19. He got the shot and got sick and was unable to play. But what he's telling people, oh, they forced me to get vaccinated and they caused me to get sick. But what he's not saying is his doctor did tell him you have underlying conditions where you may not want to get vaccinated. And instead of doing what the doctor told him to do, he decided, well, I'm just go ahead and get vaccinated. You know how people like to give their own prognosis, and so forth. And he's it's the spin game. People are spinning things however they want to spin it. Oh, if I wanted to be a vaccine, a COVID-19 vaccine, and if I'm an anti-vaccine, I want to preach anti-vaccination, then I'm gonna make it what it is. You know how it is. It's just like people always say, numbers never lie. Numbers don't lie, but numbers can be swayed however you want them to be swayed. Let's be clear. You can use numbers however you want. They can be. That's why they put words to numbers, and those numbers can be used as ammo. I would rather they not even say. I'd rather them say Colin Powell died. The man was 80 something years old. Let's remember him. And the sad part is the man is not being remembered for who he was to our country, who he was to black people. Now the Fox Newses of the world, y'all's last president, and all kinds of people are using his name and legacy as ammo for fuck shit and fuckery. It's a mess, a whole goddamn mess. A whole goddamn mess. It feels really good out here today, y'all. It's like 70 degrees. Tabitha, you better get out in this good sun. It's not a cloud in the sky. Not a single cloud in the sky. The sun is out. It's like 70 degrees. It feels so good. Tabitha, you better go get out in this good sun. So, were you in the office today, child? But yes, like I said, people use stuff however they want to use it. Um, I I'm gonna continue to look into this India Walton situation because it bothers me, um, and so forth. I don't even need to tell you how deplorable your former president is and what he did with his statement about General Colin Powell. Um, like I have no words for that, none at all. Also, the three men accused of murdering Armand Aubrey are on trial. We are monitoring that trial. We're making sure that we keep ourselves abreast on that trial and make sure we stay on top of it. We'll let you know if anything. I don't like to report on trials until we get a verdict because at the end of the day, that's what matters, the verdict. So I don't really like to report unless something really significant comes out of it. I'm not one to report on trials until the verdict is in. And so we'll um we'll monitor that. And like I said earlier, don't forget tonight at 9 p.m. Please, y'all. The statement was straight. Yeah, child. Now, Tabitha, had you already seen that statement before I just put it up here today? Because I saw it earlier this morning and was disgusted. Did you see that this morning? I think it came out yesterday. Did anybody else see that statement this morning? I think it came out yesterday, but I just saw it this morning. And I was so disgusted. Oh, okay. How do y'all see that statement? Because listen, I don't follow that young man, but when things are that horrible, they kind of hit the Twitter feed or the Instagram feed, and I saw it. I was like, oh, horrible. I'm side eyeing. Well, I've already side. I shouldn't say I am now, but I've always been side eyeing every black person that supports that clown. I've always side eyed any black person that supports that level of fuckery. I have no words for you. It's nothing we need to talk about. We don't need no conversation. I don't need. You know how people be like, oh, you know how some people be like, oh, you got to give the other side a platform and a place to at least have the conversation. No, I don't need to have a conversation with you. I'm not that. You know how? Let me just say this for the record. There are certain things in certain subject matters. I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give you any airtime because if I give you airtime, even if I go and debate you and I tell you how you're wrong, and even if you acquiesce and say, you know what, I was wrong and you were right, the fact that you were able to spew that type of misinformation in the air could cause someone else to hear it and grab hold of it and think that that is something that they need to buy into. And I don't want to be the agent and conduit by which somebody grabs hold to misinformation or be misinformed just because I allowed you on the platform. I don't believe that everything needs a platform. Oh, you got to hear from the other side. No, you don't. None of it's that wrong and none of it's that heinous. No, we don't need to hear from the other side. We don't need to hear from you at all. You don't need a platform. I mean, if you get one, it won't be from me. Some things we can have a debate on. We'll have both sides. But there are other things we're not going to have a debate on this. We're not going to go back and forth. I don't need to give the other side any airtime. Fuck the other side. They're wrong. There's nothing right about it. There's no redeeming qualities in it. It's wrong. And in this case, it's wrong. There's nothing we need to talk about. Right. We just talked about that the other day. How they looking for opposing views of the Holocaust. Dear God. Like if you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't need to hear your side. It's wrong. What are we talking about? A mess. But that's just me. Anyway, anything else y'all got on y'all mind y'all want me to discuss before I get off here? I'm gonna get off here, finish my lunch, and go lay down and rest before I live tonight. I owe y'all a whole bunch of reviews. I know I do. I know I owe y'all 2 or 3 Queen Sugars. I owe y'all 2 or 3 um Blood and Waters. Am I gonna listen? Real Housewives of Potomac. Between last week's episode and this week's episode, Ashley Darby has gotten on the last part of my goddamn nerve. And if I do something on Real Housewives of Potomac, it ain't gonna be nothing but me dragging the dog shit out of Ashley Darby. Like I had to at one point last season. Ashley Darby, she makes my nuts itch. You say you like this on location? There needs to be a high level of Kirsten Sinema hate. Between her and Joe Manchin, but I keep telling you, it's not just her and Joe Manchin. It's some other Dems that think the same way as her and Joe Manchin. They just don't want to be. They don't want to have their name out about it because they don't want to be seen in their respective states. They don't want to be seen as that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. But they're not alone on the island. Anyway, the TVs in here are playing Sports Center. And one of my fantasy football teams in my league lost. I scored 136 points, but my opponent had Derrick Henry last night. So bad about that. And Derrick Henry alone gave them enough points to beat me. Anyway, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Anyway, y'all, let me get up off here. Thank you all for. Oh, I'm sorry. I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. It is much obliged and much appreciated. Y'all know I'm always here for y'all to bring y'all what's going on, to highlight certain stories that you may not be aware of, that you need to be aware of. I'll be back hopefully later in the week with the politics of it all. Y'all have a great day. Go out, enjoy the weather, get some sun, and I'm gonna be sitting here enjoying my tacos before they come and ask me to pay for this bill and get the hell out of their goddamn restaurant. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all until next time. Thanks y'all for coming, y'all. I'm out.